Alright, hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to be cleaning the exhaust tips on the GTI. It's something that's kind of been needed to get done for a little bit, and I'll show you guys what they look like. They're a little rough. So this is the current state that they're in. It's not terrible, but it's not great. It's shame on me for letting them get this bad. But you guys can see there's a lot of carbon buildup right around here. None of that is corrosion, it's just all carbon buildup. So we're gonna give these things a nice clean. One thing I recommend to any of you guys doing this is you don't do it on a cold day because it's metal and it'll freeze. I think that's kind of one of the problems when I first did this, and it was relatively recently. But now it's like 50 degrees, so we'll take advantage of the warmer weather. We'll make these things look good again. So we'll start, I guess, because I don't know which one looks worse, but I want to say this one probably because of all that pitting. So we'll start on this one, and then we'll kind of compare and see how effective my cleaning remedy is. The first thing I want to go over, the soap that I'm using is a Diablo wheel soap. This is offered, I believe, by Chemical Guys. I got this a long time ago, and it's definitely it's a little bit old. We're just gonna pretty much try to cover as much area as we can and just let it sit on the surface just for a little bit. My exhaust is a little bit warm. I was driving it before, but it's not hot. Don't do this on a hot exhaust. That is not good for the exhaust. All right, so depending on how bad your exhaust is, you may need to do steel wool. I recommend not using that as a routine clean, but that's certainly a great way to kind of just you know, if you have a lot of carbon buildup, especially a lot of people get it around this lower part of the ring, then that's something you can use to remove it. Even a magic eraser works too. So I mean, there's definitely a lot of ways to go about it. I will say, try to just steer clear from using those aggressive ones because you can actually scrape and scratch your exhaust. So we're just going to try to do this in the safest way possible and obviously get the best results we can. Now, as you guys can see, the Borla tips that I have are pretty big and chunky and thick. So one of the hard things is actually reaching the top of the exhaust to kind of just clean that part. So typically, just because no one can really see it, sometimes I avoid doing that because I don't want to cause more work for me, but I guess we'll see what we can do and we'll try to get the best results possible for this video. We'll get another spurt. I'm not really seeing anything really getting picked up. So what we'll do is we have a toothbrush. You know, funny enough, I actually do use toothbrushes to clean my exhausts. I think it's a great tool. It's a great non-aggressive tool to really clean away any of that less stubborn chemical or carbon deposits. So what we'll do is we'll start just working on this inner ring. So yeah, I'm thinking that looks pretty okay. One thing is what we'll do is we'll kind of focus now on the outer part of the exhaust. So I'll jump over to this side and we'll spray this, get our brush nice and sprayed. We're trying to try to avoid getting this on the paint. This is a very aggressive wheel soap. All right, now that I would say I pretty much covered the most I could, we're just gonna spray away any of the soap. Again, anything you can do to prevent getting water directly into the exhaust. You don't want any irrigation problems. Even if we don't get all the soap, that's fine. It should all come out. You know, I bet you guys are probably thinking about those videos when the car starts up and all the foam shoots out. That would be kind of cool, but probably not the best thing for the exhaust. So, as you guys can kind of see, these are kind of our initial, this is after our clean. We have a decent clean right around the ring. And of course the exhaust itself is looking pretty okay. So now we're gonna use this, this metal polish. I'm using this for so long, in fact, this is almost empty. So it means I'm gonna have to go to the store soon. So give it a nice shake. And then we're gonna just spray a little bit right onto the toothbrush. All right, so hopefully what this will do is this will remove any of that stain yellowing or any extra carbon that's left behind. So this part is often my favorite part just because I see, this is, in my opinion, I mean, yes, a clean probably gets you the best results, but this gets you that finishing. It's like a polish kind of. I mean, it is a metal polish, but this is almost like a really crucial step to exhaust maintenance, is making sure it's looking nice and shiny, kind of removing any of those like finer scratches that the brushes may cause. This one hasn't been done in a little bit, so it's gonna probably need a little bit of actual, let's take this cloth here. This is my polishing cloth as well. This stuff works like normal polish. It's kind of, you know, rub it in as hard as you can. If you have a drill, that works too. Some foam pads work, obviously cone shaped, but this is a great way, this method, to kind of really get in there and make the exhaust look good. We still have a little bit of carbon right on this portion. Try to see what we can do. As you guys can see, we're getting a lot of black, which means carbon. We don't want that. And kind of the idea behind just doing the hand polish is getting you guys a good idea as to what a nice, what you could probably expect to see when you do this at home. Because I know a lot of people don't have those cone polishing drills, and this is definitely something you can easily do at home. Especially if your maintenance is pretty good and you're good at cleaning your exhaust in general, you could definitely get some good results. But as you guys can see, I'm definitely focusing still on the lower portions. These portions definitely get the most pitted, but we are getting some really good shine. You guys can definitely see we're definitely getting some good shine, bringing some life back to the exhaust. That's for sure. So now I'll go back to the toothbrush. I do go back and forth a decent amount just because once I start wiping away that yellowing, I can kind of see in the cracks here in the creases some leftover carbon that we don't want to see anymore. So we'll see what I can do, see if I can remove this. Again, sometimes you just have to face facts, and for some of you guys, if you haven't really touched your exhaust tips at all, you're gonna have a lot of staining that really won't go away. You can kind of mask it by making everything else look super shiny. That's definitely a method, but I still got a little bit of leftover soap. So these are the final results, guys. What do you guys think? Definitely a significant change. That's for sure, and I'll even show you guys the side of it too. Very, very shiny. That's I love shiny exhaust tips. Some people are different. Some people don't really mind the carbon buildup, but for me, especially with these Borla tips, they look so good. These don't have any shine, even the sides. And look at all that carbon and the yellowing, and it's just from high heat and all those pops and crackles. That just looks so much better. That's clean. versus dirty. Really, really nice. Now the rest of the car needs a nice clean, but yeah, no, I'm impressed. This is definitely a really easy method. Again, you need just a toothbrush with 2 toothbrushes, any other kind of detail brush, aggressive soap. I use the Diablo wheel gel or wheel soap from Chemical Guys, and a metal polish. The metal polish is kind of that key piece that you can get some really good results from. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully this kind of inspires you to clean your exhaust tips. I've seen many GTIs, Golf Rs at car shows with pitted exhaust tips. And again, some people don't mind it, but for me it's just like, oh my gosh, clean it. Because you can make them look really good. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.